It's a Netflix original series adapted from a book by the same title, written by best-selling author Catherine Kepnes. You Season 3 is finally here. It premieres on 15th of October 2021. We continue the story of Joe and Love. At the end of Season 2, Joe makes it very clear he was going to kill Love because she had slit the throat of Delilah. The two of them seem to be fixated on making this work because of the child. And the actor Penn Badgley reprises his role and Love Quinn, who is now Love Quinn Goldberg, is being acted still by Victoria Pedretti. The other person who, Saffron Barrows also reprises her role as Dottie Quinn, the mother of Love. It should all be plain and simple. The synopsis. Here it is. Joe and Love, now married and raising their baby, have moved to the balmy northern Californian enclave of Madre Linda, where they're surrounded by privileged tech entrepreneurs, judgmental bloggers, and Insta-famous biohackers. Joe is committed to his new role as a husband and a dad, but fears Love's lethal impulsiveness. And then there is his heart. Could the woman he's been searching for all this time live right next door? Breaking out of a cage in a basement is one thing, but the prison of a picture-perfect marriage to a woman who is wise to your tricks, well, that will prove a much more complicated escape. Well, there it is, really. Joe and Love are married. They married after Love saved her life by telling Joe at the end of Season 3 that she was pregnant. And why was she saving her life? Why were Joe's hands around her neck? She had slit the throat of Delilah, who Joe had locked up in the cage but intended to release. The questions for Season 3 is this: what happens? These two don't love each other anymore. Joe is only in it because of the boy. Joe had a very bad childhood. His father was extremely abusive, as we find out. Extremely abusive. And we know by the end of Season 2 that his mother and father were living such a very negative, toxic relationship. And it affected him. He ended up in the care system and was bullied. He was only a fragile boy. So he doesn't want his son to go through that. So he will obviously do everything. But his own habits have not died. Because even before this young boy is born, Henry Fordy, he sort of cast his eye through a hole in the fence, busy looking, more or less so close, doesn't even need to stalk the neighbor's wife, you see. And he set his sights on her and he's fantasizing, already thinking, this must be the one. Basically, these two have arrived. At the end of Season 2, we know Joe has fallen out of love. At the end of Season 2, Joe makes it very clear he was going to kill Love because she had slit the throat of Delilah, who he had no intention of killing, you know. But now they have moved on because of the baby. They're staying together. He thinks he'll be a perfect husband. How hypocritical. He thinks his wife is impulsively lethal impulsiveness. How about him? It's lethal. Two of them seem to be fixated on making this work because of the child. The men didn't care about, didn't protect, she says so also. So she will always protect her loved ones. Him, on the other hand, his quest is a quest for love, always looking for the one. And you know, at the end of Season 2, he said he had found her. That's the neighbor's wife. So now we get to see this neighbor's wife. Natalie, the neighbor's wife, is the woman who we saw reading in the last season, and Joe is focused on her. Natalie, the neighbor. She is the subject of Joe's growing fascination. Married to a powerful man, Natalie is a professional and social success, but she sees through the shallow, Stepford-esque vibe that surrounds her. And beneath her raw exterior, she lives a secret life, one that Joe is willing to work hard to learn more about. Imagine that. She's just across. So how is he going to do that in that neighborhood where people like Sherry and Kiki, best friends? Kiki's husband, as we say, is made himself rich when he was in his 20s, and now he's stay at home. She and Cheryl Conrad, whose husband, Gary Conrad, very rich, very wealthy. So they have plenty of time. She's a mom influencer. They have plenty of time in their hands. They know exactly what's happening. And they're always around Love. They've become friends. Originally, they wouldn't touch her cupcakes with a Paul, thinking even just not having sugar and using fruit wasn't good enough for them. But now they just binge on them. So what's going to happen? We don't know. But one thing's for sure, something has already happened. Whether this impulsiveness of Love has already got her husband being dragged off to see uh, the psychotherapist, where they talk in court. But then Joe is good at this. Remember last time he pretended to be a gay man? Whatever, that talk makes the psychotherapist say, well, you two, you're definitely not going to, you're not going to kill each other. They roll their eyes. We just hope that they don't turn their guns on each other, because if they do, all hell will break loose. These guys have a baby. I would just advise them to get another one. They have a lot of challenges also. New parents, a baby, crying, nappy changes, sleepless nights, all that. Do you really think they'll find time to be these murderous people that they can be? Do you really think even Joe would have time to pursue, or will he combine? Well, he's frequenting the library and simply loves the library. He manages to get a job in the library. So he's not just sitting with his hands empty thinking of murder. He's now working in the library. And shortly, the business, Fresh Start, that's the business that Love establishes, a bakery, becomes very successful as well. So these two are busy and they have made friends. Sherry is very close to Love and they join in all the community activities. Joe is always very clearly looking for love. That's his quest, to get real love. The hunger for love is what drives Joe. And as for Love Quinn Goldberg, it is just the need to protect the people she loves, because her mother and father, according to her, they failed her. They failed her and her twin long ago. So she thinks she's the only one who can protect. I don't know what's going to happen. The pristine houses, those neat rows, why would you hide corpses? What could they actually get up to? Do you think being among fellow married people might control them? Well, we hope so. Having children play with your own child, hopefully. Having another life to mold like the young son, hopefully it cuts down and really stops them. But honestly, no. His wife already gets into trouble. And he is dragged into controversy, danger, and all sorts of things within a short period of moving there. I just don't know what will happen. When they were at the therapist said, paraphrasing, of course people won't kill each other. And the two of them rolled their eyes. If these two start thinking of killing each other, then we're really in trouble. They will have to sleep like dogs with eyes half open. Season 3 premieres on the 15th of October. And already today as in the 13th of October, Netflix has announced season 4. So very much looking forward to this. I want to know what happens to these two. They're glued at the hip because of the boy. They have the principles why they can't let down the people they love. Hopefully they love their son enough to save their own very necks and keep all that community safe. Made good friends. Joe has been invited into the park of Conrad is concerned. He is absolutely a self-proclaimed master of self-optimization, Carrie Conrad. So we know he does not love her. Joe does not love her. And she will protect those she loves. That might even just be her son. And he will always go out to look. Once he's hooked, he's hooked. He even once had a dirty tampon in his collection with the rotting teeth and all that. Can you imagine? It's ridiculous. Anyway, season 3, those are the questions. Who is going to let the other one down first? What are the consequences? Pristine white picket fence. All that close circle of people who have plenty of time. They would rather soon die of boredom, but to think there's the two psychotic killers among them, that must be too much even in your dreams, in that quiet suburbia. something is definitely going to happen. Today the 13th of October, Netflix has announced season 4. First, let's binge watch season 3. 10 episodes.